Good morning. Once again, you are watching the Business Portal and this is Investment Academy. I am your host, Rowena Suarez. And for our learning portion, for our finance update, slide please. Okay, well, it's not there yet. So let's go back to the question earlier about, you said that you were recommending mutual funds.
Yeah,
Mutual funds for our 50-year-old viewer.
Yes, kasi Miss Ro, mutual funds are managed by experts. You have someone who is an expert in investments and finance, managing, monitoring, and analyzing it for you. So, and there are 3 types of mutual funds. And what are those? Meron kang, if the funds that you entrusted to a fund manager is being invested in equities, meron kang equity fund. So, pwede rin yan for a 50-year-old individual. Blue chips dapat, blue chips. So, depende rin sa risk profile mo. Kung medyo risk taker ka, then you can go all in equity fund. Pero kung ikaw naman ay yung funds naman that are being invested by the fund manager, combination of stocks and bonds, yan naman, maganda yan. Medyo moderate in terms of risk, moderate in terms of returns, balance fund naman. Managed by an expert pa rin. Ano yung pinaka-safe bond fund?
Is the bond fund, the government bonds.
Government bonds naman. So siguro for a 50-year-old individual na walang time gano'n to monitor, to analyze, I think maganda balance to blue chip equity funds.
Okay. All right. So I hope you were able to catch that. And we also have a question from Hoya. I want to ask if I can work in the stock market. I'm 22 years old. Undergrad and my work just ended. So wala siyang trabaho ngayon.
Okay. Well, anyone can work in the stock market, And there are several companies or maybe industries waiting for you from within the stock market.
So can they just get in touch with, just call the stock market, Google the number, and
Correct,
just call?
But Miss Ro, pag sabi mong stock market, hindi lang yan yung Philippine Stock Exchange. Pwedeng magtrabaho ka sa listed companies, pwedeng sa stockbrokers, pwedeng sa underwriters, pwedeng sa Clearing Corporation of the Philippines. Pinakamagandang trabaho siguro maging stockbroker, yung maging licensed stockbroker, or yung tinatawag namin na certified securities representative. But if you wanna be a licensed stock trader or CSR, kailangan mong mag-take ng 3-day workshop that is being conducted by the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC, and then after that may exam.
Okay.
Pag napasa mo yung exam, licensed trader ka na, pwede kang...
Mahirap ba yung exam?
Madali lang yun kung mag-aaral. Madali lang yun.
So I hope you were able to catch that, Hoya. Now for our finance news. Okay, banking, business, and finance news. The BSP is ready to counter impact of weak global economy. The liquidity credit growth won't create an asset bubble by the BSP. And PSE sees more initial public offerings in the 4th quarter. And lastly, SMC exits Meralco, sells stake to the Gokong Ways. And the stock market news, let's just not go there. Okay, Finance Watch. As of yesterday, the stock market was down 188.01 points. The index was 6,191.80. It opened at 6,359.11, and it went on a high of 6,359.44, and it went on a low of 6,191.80. And for our peso-dollar exchange rate, the rate was 43.540. It opened at 43.450. It went on a high of 43.450. It went on a low of 43.600, and it averaged 43.180. So going back to our, so that's our finance news for today. And going back to our discussion, there's also an email that came in. Why does the stock market keep going down?
Okay, like I said a while ago, Ms. Ro, confluence of several factors, external shocks or external factors, and we also have internal issues, kaya bumabagsak, And at the moment, the Philippine equities market is one of the most expensive in the region.
What's the ratio now?
18-19 times ang PE ratio natin compared
It's
to
expensive.
compared to Thailand, sa 11-12, Indonesia, and Vietnam. Mas mura. Buti na lang tayo yung pinakamagandang ekonomiya. Kaya game changer 'yon, And in the past, we've had several positive news, yung credit rating upgrade, etc. Kaya nag 7.4. Kaya ngayon na bumababa, ngayon 6.3, 6.4. That's the best time to start accumulating again.
You just accumulate. So, peso cost averaging tayo.
Correct. Oo, para bumaba yung cost.
Alright, before we continue our discussion, let me introduce to you the guest also that joined us today, Mr. Vincent Ong. He is a financial management student in San Beda College, and he is also an investor at a very young age. And he is your student, right?
Yeah, he's one of my students.
Okay, maybe, I don't know who would want to answer this. There's a question that came in from our guest. Good AM, ano po ang epekto ng US shutdown sa forex trading? What's the effect of the US shutdown in the forex trading?
Can you answer that?
Do you have an idea or
Basically, babagsak yung dollar exchange nila.
babagsak?
So, magiging advice ng mga forex trader dyan is bumili ka na ngayon. Para pagka nag-bounce na siya ulit, pagka nag-recover ng US, pwede mong ibentang mataas.
Okay.
You get a passing grade for that, ha? Buti na lang nasagot mo.
Okay. So, ganun ba yon? Pag bumabagsak, may correlation ganyan sa stock market, correct? The forex and the stock market. Is there a correlation to that?
Yeah, meron, yung exchange rates, to be more specific, is correlated or directly affects the local equities market. Specifically, yung mga tinatawag natin na dollar earning companies, lalo na yung mga export companies. So halimbawa, yung isang kumpanya na ang negosyo mag-export ng tuna abroad, syempre ang kinikita niya dollar. So dati ang exchange rate 1:44. Pag kumita siya ng $1,000, ang Philippine peso income niya is 44,000 pesos. Pero ngayon the US dollar is weak against the other currencies including the Philippine peso. Dati 1:44, ngayon 1:42, 1:43. So yung kinikita niyang $1,000, babagsak from 44,000 to 42,000 pesos.
So that
may
is the
effect.
Oo. So, is it also, if you're invested in the stock market, it's also good avenue to invest in forex? Do you think so, Vincent?
Pagka nag-stocks kasi mas kailangan mong pag-aralan lahat ng nila, yung sa company na pipiliin mo, then yung time kung kailan ka papasok sa market, and yung ilan yung kailangan mong hawakang shares. Tsaka kailangan mo ring malaman kung yung
soundness.
Yung soundness ng
fundamental soundness.
Yung sa forex naman kasi more on yung sa mga national nila yan, issues, economy ng bansa. So kung gusto mong pagsabayin yun, medyo mahirap unless kung magaling ka talaga. Tsaka marami kang time in your hands.
So, I've heard from your professor that you are an investor already at a young age. So how is that doing for you? I mean you're studying and you're also investing. How do you make time for it?
Actually kasi may dalawang klase ng yung sa investing. Meron yung mga day trader, yung mga nagte-trade, meron rin yung investors. Yung mga investors, sila yung bumibili ng stock, then they hold it until the price of the stock gets high, then sell it. Isa ako dun sa mga yun. So, long term yung ginagawa kong strategy. So, hindi naman siya nakaka-affecto sa studies ko kasi parang pinapabayaan ko lang.
Ikaw rin ang nag-pick ng stocks na pinupuna?
Definitely. Galing sa mga analysis and sa mga kunwari may bagong balita na lumabas, yun, i-analyze ko yung balita, then magde-decide ako kung magandang buying point today or tomorrow pa.
Okay, so ikaw yung nag-a-analyze. Nag-a-analyze nun. So actually that's very admirable, no, at such a young age, and then you're not yet working, you're studying, and then you're investing already. Are you happy with the returns of your investment?
Actually, when I started, wala pa akong kaalam-alam sa market eh. And that was, last year lang. Yung first time na nag-trade ako, naalala ko pa yung first stock na binili ko is AEV, Aboitiz Equity Ventures. Kumita ako doon.
Meron din ako niya, no?
And after that, trade ako, then I gain something. I gain, then I lose din. Then I realize nga na kailangan mo talaga aralin talaga yung stock market. Yung mga stock picks mo, kailangan i-analyze mo sila isa-isa. In order na hindi ka malose ng pera. So yun, parang...
Okay.
Nakakaingit yung mga kabataan
na
yan.
ngayon pa lang nag-i-invest
Correct.
na.
Kasi
no?
ako, I started investing. Kailan ba? Mga 25 or 26. When I was still with the PSE, Miss Ro, prohibited yung mga PSE employees to invest.
Okay.
At saka nung college ako, I took up economics but I did not learn anything about the stock market.
Because they don't educate us before.
Correct.
Actually,
So
right now, my
nakakatuwa yung mga
12-year-old
bata.
daughter, when she was 12, she's 14
Oo
now.
nga pala, no?
She's investing also in the market.
Oh, you told me about that. Nice.
And she's so happy that she's sabi ko, you pick the stocks that you use. Sabi, at that time, mahal ang McDonald's. So, binili niya Jollibee. O, kumita na siya more than double in 2 years' time. Tapos, gusto niya kumuha siya ng SM because SM daw, everything is there in Mega Mall.
Correct.
You know, ganyan na yung mga reason niya for buying, which is actually good. She's earning money. Anyway, going back to our topic about the US shutdown, just, before we end the show in a few minutes. So, what is the long term and where do we go? Let's say, how do we frame our minds with the US shutdown and the global economy and the Philippines? Ano dapat ang frame of mind na natin in the next maybe several months?
Okay, first, dapat the US politicians should be able to find a quick solution on the issues facing them now. They cannot afford to prolong the shutdown. Otherwise, magko-collapse ang US economy and it will have a very big effect in the global economy, including the Philippines.
Okay.
So, dapat masolusyonan agad.
Ano mga solusyon na dapat na dyan kaya? I mean, what do you think are the possible solutions that would make it better?
Well, dapat yung mga Republican and Democratic politicians, dapat magkaroon ng win-win negotiation. The Democratic Party want this much, ito namang si Republicans gustong bawasan. So, dapat meron na...
At mag-usap sila.
Mag-usap sila, Kasi hindi lang sila yung naaapektuhan.
Yeah.
Meron na malaking epekto sa buong mundo, sa global economy. So, they have to act fast, set aside political differences, set aside political issues, sit down and talk about how to address these economic issues, But ako naman, naniniwala naman ako hindi nila papatagalin 'yan. Kasi pag pinatagal nila 'yan, siguradong come 2000, I think their next election will be 2016. Siguradong babalikan sila ng mga US voters come election time, So ngayon, buy in small tranches while the market is moving sideways to downwards, bumili pa konti-konti, look for undervalued stocks. Look
Anong mga suggestions mo ng undervalued stocks ngayon?
Ayan. So, una, pumili kayo ng mga stocks that are very cheap in terms of PE ratio. Look for stocks na ang PE ratio is 15 times and below. Look for blue chip companies para safer. Tignan niyo yung mga companies that have very sound profitability indicators. Look for companies with positive earnings per share. Lumalaki dapat yung earnings per share, accelerating quarter by quarter. Companies that give out dividends, dividend yield that is higher than inflation or higher than any other the instruments, ano, dapat look for 4 to 5% in annual yield, ano. So, sino-sino ba ako? Ang personal stock picks ko, at excited akong gawin to kasi I could not do this when I was still with the exchange.
Yeah.
Ano, ang aking top picks, Miss Ro, sa bangko, I like BDO.
Yeah.
Banco de Oro, pero intayin nyo siya below 75 pesos. Ano, SMPH, SM Prime Holdings, alam naman natin that they recently consolidated their property businesses. Ano, and that made them stronger. Ano? So SMPH, pero intayin nyo si SMPH, antayin nyo siya ng 16 pesos and below. Ano, sa abangan ninyo, buy in small tranches. I like my former employer as well, my former company, the Philippine Stock Exchange. Marami sila ngayong IPOs, meron mga positive news that are being released, ano. And so yung earnings ng PSE is expected to go up significantly, and that should make PSE's stock price increase, ano, higher. Pero wait for PSE to go below 360 bago kayo bumili pa konti-konti. AGI looks very cheap at its current price level as well. Yung mga property companies tulad ng Mega World, this also can be a very good long-term investment. Ano, ano pa ba yung maganda? So I think that's it. Ano, yung iba tanungin niyo sa stockbroker ninyo, ano. But ngayon dapat ang mindset, look for companies that are undervalued, blue chip companies that are undervalued, companies that are giving out dividends, significant dividend yield, very stable, nag-expand dapat. So buy in small tranches, ano, pag bumaba, average down, and then invest long term. Ano, dapat yun yung mindset ninyo.
Okay, this is coming from a professor's point of view. What is your view in the market? Ano bang bibilin ngayon?
Actually, halos parehas lang kami ng view ni sir kasi siya rin yung naging prof ko. Tinuruan niya ako. So, parang ganun din yung mga stock picks ko. Pero, since medyo bias ako sa mga stocks, magiging isang recommendation ko siguro yung AEV nga.
AEV, Aboitiz Equity Ventures.
Pero ano rin siya, long term siya. Ano pa bang ano? Usually yung mga sinabi talaga niya eh. Kasi,
so mukhang very effective ang iyong subject sa Sanbeda, ha?
Well, sana naman kasi nakakapagod magturo. But
I know you
very
enjoy
fulfilling rin naman, Ms. Ro. Alam naman natin, pareho nating advocacy yung pagtuturo.
Yeah, in investments, learning how to save and businesses. So you have seminars. You are giving out seminars. And Vincent, please let us know the seminar or the expo that you're going to be having this coming months, right?
Yes, actually si Mr. Yung Investalk is organizing an event, Investalk.
Yeah, investalk.ph.
invest.talk.
Yes.
Okay.
The name of the seminar is Trade and Invest, and it will be on November 12 on Binondo Central District, Business District.
Binondo Central District. Okay.
On the World Trade Exchange.
And what time is it going to start?
Yeah, it's a whole day event. Again, the event is Trade and Invest Conference and Exposition. In this conference, you learn about stock investing. You learn about bonds. You will learn about forex and commodities, mutual funds investing. Ako gustong-gusto ko ngayon yung mutual funds talaga. Lalo yung pro-life mutual funds. I learned so much about it this morning. Thank you for the tutorial, Ms. Ro. I'll recommend pro-life mutual funds, or variable unit,
So that's going to be
It's
November
going to be
14, the whole day.
November 12,
12.
at the Binondo, at the World Trade Exchange Plaza in Binondo, Manila. So for more information about the event, please get in touch with us at 0926-623-8918 or email us at @marketing@atenista.net.
Okay. So thank you very much again, Jay, for joining us. And thank you, Vincent, for being our guest also today and sharing with us your thoughts about the stock market and your experience. Again, we need to manage we need to manage our wealth wisely. Calculate every move you make towards spending your money. You have to respect the wealth that you have made for you and your family, and honor God and thank Him for the wisdom and the talent that gave us that brought us where we are today. Again, I will leave you with the magic 3. With luck comes preparedness. Make your money work harder for you and build wealth for your peace of mind. Lastly, thank you to my sponsors, Frank Provo at the Peninsula Manila and Flawless, located all over Manila and in the provinces. Again, see you next week, same time, same channel, as we continue learning about the different businesses and investment opportunities. But once again, I'm not going to be here next week, so Professor Jay will be our guest host next week. So watch out for that. He will be talking about mutual funds, no? And maraming salamat po at magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.